Welcome back, Super Nerd Friends. It's Thursday, which means I am your host again, and I'm going to talk about science fiction, imaginary friends, and about the trolley problem, which has been bothering me a lot for a while. So first, imaginary friends. I didn't really have imaginary friends when I was little, at least not that I remember, so it probably wasn't a big deal in my life. I used to pretend to play basketball with Lisa Leslie, because I wanted to be I was playing basketball in like 5th grade, and I was thinking about doing it in middle school and high school. But she's not really, she's obviously imaginary because she wasn't there, but she's not like an imaginary person I made up because she's a player for the Sparks, or at least she was for the LA Sparks, and I don't know if she still is or not. But yeah, no, I wasn't big on imaginary friends. I had a lot of friends, so I don't know. I guess I just hung out with them and we imagined people, but I didn't have someone who I imagined with me all the time. Haley, you're at random talking about horses in your vlog, which was very kind of random and strange. I never thought about it, but I've also never been bothered by the fact that horses only have one digit on each limb, but interesting. But I did see a horse one day when I was driving pizzas. I was driving down the street, and then there was a horse in front of me, and I was like, huh, this is interesting. And the horse was just running down the street, and I was like, I hope somebody takes care of this because it's making me nervous for my safety and for the horse's safety. And then I saw a guy kind of running on the side of the street trying to catch it, but horses are much faster than people, obviously, which is why we've been riding them for hundreds of years. And then they kind of corralled it over. Somebody, I guess, knew the horse, and the horse recognized them and went to them, and everything was fine. But it was kind of crazy. I'd never seen a horse running in the street, and I was like, yeah, this could be a problem. But it all got figured out, and it was all good, and made for an interesting story, I guess. I've never really been a big fan of science fiction. I was always more into kind of fantasy, or like very loose science fiction, like there is some kind of aspect of it that it is futuristic, but it was usually with dystopian novels. So yeah, I'm kind of excited and also kind of nervous, because I've never really read one before, so I'm hoping that it kind of ignites an interest in me, because I know there are a lot of super good science fiction novels out there that I haven't read because I just don't read science fiction. So hopefully this will inspire me and give us a lot of things to talk about. So the other thing I wanted to talk about was the trolley problem, and I don't know if you guys have heard of this before, but it was developed by Philippa Foot, I think, and it's this scenario where you are standing next to a lever that can switch tracks for a trolley, which has gone out of control, and it's either going down this one track where there are 5 people tied to it and they're all going to die, or you can switch it and then there's a track with one person who is much closer to you and is going to die if you switch it. So the question becomes, are you going to let 5 people die or one person die? And that kind of says something about your morality, whether or not you want to be an active participant of this thing, because if you don't flip a switch, you can just kind of pretend to yourself that you couldn't have done anything, or it wouldn't have made a difference or something, and that those people were in a way destined to die. But if you flip it, you are sentencing that one person to death. And even though there are more people who are saved, you personally are condemning that person. And I don't know. I obviously just heard about it. I had never been really interested in ethical or questions of ethics before. I thought ethics classes were kind of weird. And now I really want to take one because this question has like been kind of eating away at me in a way. Like, I don't know. It hasn't been like on my mind constantly, but I have been thinking about it a lot, and I don't know, I guess it's one of those situations where I'm not sure exactly what the right thing is to do. I'm not sure what I would do, and I don't know, I guess that kind of bothers me in a way. So yeah, I was just going to pose it to you guys what you think about that. It's interesting because I was talking to my mom and she said that she would save everyone, and I told her that was impossible, that she has to pick. And then she's like, no, I would find a way, which very much sounds like my mom. So that's the interesting thing, I guess, about ethics questions, is that it doesn't so much teach you about your ability to handle situations so much as who you are. And I think that might be why it bothers me so much, that I don't know what I would do, that I don't know what is right to do, because maybe, I don't know what that says about me, I guess. But yeah, I'm not really sure. I personally think the right thing to do would be to save the 5 people. However, would I do that? I don't know. Honestly, I think I wouldn't, because I would get too caught up in thinking about it, like factoring in all of the things that I should be thinking about before I save someone, and then wouldn't do it because I wouldn't have time. One of the factors people bring up is that you don't know any of those people. You could be, killing 5 prisoners and saving 1 saint, or you could switch it and you could kill 1 person who's wonderful, and then you're stuck with 5 murderers. But that's also putting a value on human life, one being more valuable than the other, and I don't think that should be happening. I think we're all equal in our value, whether it's societal value or not. So yeah, I don't know. There's just, obviously there's a lot of things that stem off this kind of question, and I've just been thinking about it a lot, so I thought I might bring it up to post to you guys about what you think you would do, and kind of the implications of everything, I guess. I'm glad that you guys like my hair. It's a bit different than I thought it was going to be, I guess. I think it's funny, Haley, that you said you thought it was going to be darker, because I definitely thought it was going to be lighter, more kind of orangey red and less bright. It is fairly bright. But I don't know. I'm still not sure it's what I want. Like I said, it's pretty pink on the end. I know you can't tell, but it's pretty obvious when you're in person. Like Lindsay, a girl from work, was saying she was surprised that Ralph hadn't talked to me about it yet, because it's very pink on the end. And Christina is supposed to help me fix it, but she hasn't had time yet. And we're not allowed to have unnatural hair colors at work. And she would know because she just dyed her hair green, except for like the bangs right here, and then a little bit in the back, like on the very bottom, so that she can stuff all the green up in her hat, so that you can't tell. Which I could do the same thing, I guess, because in the front it's fairly red. It's mostly in the back that it's pinkish colored. But I also found this kind of different kind of dye that I'll probably just like call you guys and talk about, or do in the next video or something, because it's gonna take too long. But yeah, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna feel really bad though, because my sister spent money on this stuff to put in my hair, and now I'm not sure I want it in still. So I might just wait until it washes out, because I feel bad that she did all this work for me, and it is really nice looking, and then I'm kind of like, yeah, but I think I decided I want this instead. Like, I just feel like that's too rude, like I can't do that to her. So I'll probably just leave it. But I mean, besides the bottom, obviously it needs to not be pink, although it would wash out faster. So yeah, I will probably be talking to you guys in the next couple days. I love you so very much, and miss you so very much. And yeah, hopefully you guys' days are going great, and just keep us updated, Haley, if you hear anything. We will be crossing our fingers for you. And same to you, Becky. Get on that mathnasium and stuff, and good luck on your papers. Once again, crossing the fingers. And I will see you guys tomorrow and the next day. Bye!